Hi, can you guys introduce yourselves?
Hi, I'm Amelia A. I'm 19 years old and I'm from Campfield, Ohio.
Hi, I'm Ryan DeWolf. I'm 19 years old and I'm from Pepper Pike, Ohio.
Okay, so I just want to talk about how you guys met and how you guys fell in love. The first question I have is, where did you first meet your significant other?
So we actually met uptown at Brick Street on a Monday night because it was karaoke night. And I was there with like a mutual friend of yours and she invited us to come sit with her. And Ryan and we
Well, this
sat.
is the thing though, like we gotta remember it was still during COVID. Like we had to sit
Yeah, we
at
had to sit
tables,
at
so like we couldn't
tables.
just go and meet people. We had to like actually like figure it out and like talk to I don't know, we had to like actually interact with someone to be able to see who if like
Yeah.
they are.
So I went and sat with like our mutual friend Lucy, and we were just like singing together the whole night. But I kind of didn't think anything of it. And you told Lucy, you said, "What's the name of your cute friend who can't sing?" And then that's when I was like, "Oh, like who is he?" But I had a boyfriend.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I know. I mean, yeah, at the time, like as soon as I locked eyes with you, I was like, okay, so this girl's like, she's pretty cool. I kind of want to get to know her more. But then obviously that boyfriend was there, and I didn't want to overstep. So you kind of had to be like a little sneaky with it at first and try to figure out like, is she cool? Like, is this gonna be something? So
But I had a boyfriend
Yeah.
of 4 years, and we were just like friends for all of first semester, our
right.
freshman year, and then like most of second semester, our freshman year.
It's weird. We were friends like way before we started
Like
dating.
good friends too.
Yeah, you started coming around the house. It's weird.
Yeah, and then I broke up with my boyfriend, and then we started hanging out more, and it was like the last 2 weeks of school, our freshman year. And then we had to go home, and you were from Cleveland, so that's an hour away from me.
Right.
And we were long distance the whole summer, but like didn't start dating until
But like long distance to a sense where like we were still talking and texting
and hanging out
pretty
like every
frequently,
week
yeah.
too.
So
Yeah.
Well, I have another question for you guys. What was your guys' like first? Well, you kind of answered it, but what was your first impression of one another?
Like I said, I didn't really have a first impression of him. I didn't remember meeting him that much. Like as he remembered.
I'm not that
meeting
special,
me.
I guess. I'm not that
He
cool.
remembered meeting me more than I remembered meeting him. But then after Lucy told me that he thought like he was interested in me, my first impression was like he'd be a good friend. I think.
Yeah.
Like he'd be a really good. Like he's still my best friend.
Right. My first impression was like, I knew I was like, all right, this girl's very beautiful. Like, I gotta go talk to her. I gotta go figure out who she is. And then I remember one moment when we were singing some song or some really girly song, and then we were both like standing up, which was not allowed at the time because we had to like still sit at the tables, and we were like standing like face to face, like nose to nose touching, just like singing on like the top of our lungs about whatever the song was. And I don't know, that was like at that moment I was like, yeah, that's pretty cool. Let's get to know her.
Yeah.
Wow, this is awesome. So when did you guys like know you were in love? Like what was like that moment you were like, okay, I am in love with
Chicago.
Yeah, Chicago Navy Pier. It was.
Or the rainstorm. Yeah.
I mean, that was just like the leading up to like even the best night ever. Honestly.
We went on a trip to Chicago pretty early on in our relationship, like still over the first summer that we were doing.
Yeah, I mean, it was not planned. It was so like spontaneous, I guess you could say. Like
And
we
we
kind of just got
went-
up and went, and we found like the worst hotel. It was,
So
it was the cheapest option. It was like the weekend before Lollapalooza, so like.
we watched them setting up like across the
Right,
street.
so it was so cool
But-
though, just to go down there.
But I feel like the moment that we knew that we were in love was after we had this really good dinner from a Chicago style pizza restaurant.
Yeah, deep
And like
dish.
we tipped him so good. Like we were just like on a roll, like having a good night.
Yeah.
And then we walked down Navy Pier because that was where the restaurant was on. And they were blasting music, and we didn't know, but there was a fireworks show going on too. So we were just walking down, and there was fireworks like
From
next
the water,
to the city,
though.
over
Like,
the
yeah,
water,
it
and
was
like
awesome. We had
dancing
some
to
really cool
music
pictures.
together. It was so cute. It was like, I don't know, very special.
It was like kind of one of those feelings of like in a movie almost, where you kind of just like know this is like special and you should cherish it.
Oh, well, okay, so this next question, I want you like both to answer like individually, but what traits of each other like made you guys like fall in love? Like what like specific?
I know what I would say. For me, the first thing that really stuck out to me about him and like helped me fall in love with him was that like we both understand mental health on like on the same level, I feel like.
Yeah.
And that really helps each other. Like we understand like what each other are going through at like times where I feel like other people can't relate.
Right.
And that stuck out to me because I feel like a lot of times guys, I don't know, just kind of ignore their feelings too. Like at least from guys I've experienced, but like Ryan really opened up on a deeper level with me, and like we can relate on a deeper level.
Yeah, I agree. I'd say your vulnerability in times of, like, let's say like for example, like if we're at like, say like a sorority or fraternity event, like she'll be all like I don't know like. I want to use the right terms, but it's like she's just like a different person, and she shows her true colors when she's with me and by herself, and it's just like, okay, I can relate to her on a more personal level than just anyone else I've ever met. So that's really cool.
Well, okay, this one's kind of brief, but who said I love you first, and what was the setting? Like, do you like this? Like, talk about the moment.
So actually, Ryan said I love you
On
a
accident.
bunch of times before he actually like should have meant it. Like I said, we were long distance over the summer, and since we were such good friends before, like I always tell my friends like love you, like bye, like love you. So, but we were like a thing, so you don't really say that when you're like kind of talking to somebody, I feel like. So when we were long distance over the summer, every time I would leave his house, he would be like, love you, bye, and then like text me and be like, oh my god, like love you, but like
as like a friend, like I don't know, like I was like I messed up and I screwed this up.
And then I remember, do you remember when you told me you loved me, like and meant it? We were on your couch. I remember we were on his couch in his like basement living room, and
So when I asked you out.
I don't know.
No, when I asked you out, and then like when I asked you out, and when I told you like when I
That's
asked
when you
you,
asked me out.
Yeah, that's when I asked you out. When I like, finally figured out like I actually truly like love you is when we went to like Chicago and that whole experience and everything.
Yeah, I think it's done.
Okay, so what was the setting of your first date? Like the first actual date you guys went on?
You know. Yeah, you do.
Give me a reminder.
In Cleveland, we went to.
Oh, Town Hall. Yeah, I was thinking. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, so Town Hall, we were there, and then your ex-dance friend person was the waiter. Or
No,
whatever.
she's in my sorority.
Okay.
She was the waitress, and she thought he was my ex.
Like the entire time we're ordering there and sitting there, she keeps on calling me her ex's name, and I'm just like, well, this is.
And
a
like,
great
do you remember
first
that
date.
one time when I was on your front porch and Ryan's just sitting there like, never had like a front porch here. Like this is still indoors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was bad. So.
But it was still a good first date. I remember.
Yeah, and then we
doing-
went to the we went to the West Side Market and got fresh pasta and made pasta
we were
for
like
dinner.
holding hands walking around the market,
Yeah.
and we got Mitchell's.
We
Right?
got Mitchell's, yeah.
That was fun.
So, how long have you guys been dating for? Like, actually, like, officially dating? Do you guys, like, remember the date? Like, is...
We remember the date, but we always forget.
Yeah, we usually count.
We do. It's just like I don't know. I don't know.
July 11th.
Yes.
July
11.
11th.
The 11th. So how long was that?
July.
So, this question, I feel like, can be talked about for, like, a little while. How have you guys, like, grown over time as you've been dating?
I would say the way we've grown the most is being able to overcome arguments and little silly drama that occurs during, say, parties, events, whatever it may be. But
Like fast.
yeah, like
We
usually,
don't dwell on fights.
maturity. I guess if we've grown in the sense of like, what's the bigger picture? What's going on? Like, where do we see this going? And if obviously we're in college, we see this going somewhere else, we wouldn't be here.
Yeah. I also just think in general, like, growing from friends to like dating is such a huge thing. Like sometimes Ryan and I just hang out and we're like, can we just hang out as friends?
Yeah.
Like instead of, because we were always friends first, and we didn't want to lose that friendship. So I feel like we've grown in that aspect too.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
And we've grown with each other's like families and everything. Like we've become part, and the way we like act and like our actual like. I remember like whenever she gets like super excited, so we're like we get food or something, or we're going out tonight, or we're doing something, she would always like, she like shakes a little, like she shimmies, she gets excited, and then like I've noticed that I started doing that whenever like I'm with my friends or like
We've also
something
picked up each
happens.
other's mannerisms so
the
much.
things we say, the things we do, like yeah, I don't know, we're kind of just like
We always
Same.
say that we match each other's energy like the same.
yeah, energy is definitely something that we both have. We're very like, I don't know, we could be very chill and like mellow, but we could also be the life of the party. It just depends.
Yeah, and something crazy is like the first conversation Ryan and I had together was like, obviously he asked me like, where are you from? And I said Canfield, Ohio, and he's like, no way, like I got my dog in Canfield, Ohio. So I was like, what kind of dog is it? And
Bernie Doodle.
Bernedoodle, and I was like, shut up, like who'd you get it from? Because my best friend of like my whole life, she became my best friend when I was 2, has breeded like Bernedoodles and just doodles in general, like her whole life, and she lives right behind me, like our backyards touch. So he pulled up her sister's Instagram, and he like bought his dog from my backyard like way before I even knew him, which I think is crazy.
It's
too.
such a small world. And then, like every time I drive to her development, I always see that house. I'm like, that's where we got our dog. Like, that's how it is.
Yeah.
Aw. Okay, so how do you guys express love to one another? This could be more detailed or like more brief.
Right.
Like,
I think we're very I don't know, like we joke with each other in the sense that we love each other. Like we're very harsh on each other, but we also know when enough is enough. Like
Yeah, we do cute things too. I feel like to show like little things of love.
Right.
Like we have that app on our phone
oh
where you
yeah.
have it's like a widget.
Yeah.
So like a picture that shows up on your home screen, and I can take a picture on my phone and it shows up on his like home screen, and vice versa, which I think is.
And it's
really
always like a
cute.
live picture during the day, so it's also like very like
Yeah,
meaningful. Like it's like this is what this person's doing. Right?
yeah. I don't know. We show love. I feel like through how much we can just like chill with each other too.
How much we love food.
Yeah, and like
Snacks. Or watching like things we've never like. I've never seen Harry Potter until I met you. Like you've gotten you in your Harry Potter game. You're always playing your Harry Potter game. It's just like the little things, like I don't know, the little things that you remember. Is just the ones that make it worth it, I guess.
okay, so what was the happiest moment throughout your relationship? Like, what's one moment that really sticks out to you that you guys were?
the rainfall. You do it.
Right. So we were this was again in Chicago, and there was like no chance it was gonna rain or anything like that. And Amelia is dead set on getting a smoothie. She would not live life another second unless she got a smoothie.
Like I was being mean. I
Yeah,
wanted this.
and this was yeah. Oof. So like anyone else, I obviously was trying to get her a smoothie, and we had to go through the train stations and talk to this person and that person just for a smoothie. And then after that, it was we had to go like to another city, and we had to cross a bridge. And once we like were crossing the bridge, it started downpouring.
That like it hurt.
Like it was like
hurt you.
hail, and it was just like, all right, what's going on? Like this is like
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. It was just really. It was such a good moment, and like. I don't know, it really sticks out to me because we were like dancing and taking pictures in the rain, and we rode bikes. We like rented bikes in Chicago in the
We
rain.
did. In the rain, we're like, all right, and your phone broke, and we had
My
to get a new phone.
broke.
Forgot
in
about
Chicago. Yeah.
Yeah,
That was
that was a
fun.
fun time. That was the time I was like super happy. Another time is when we were in Canfield, and I was like one of my first or second times actually like going to her house and like being there with her. We made her homemade vegetarian curry.
Oh, we played Just Dance.
We played Just Dance. We were drinking a little, having fun, and then we ended the night outside on our like back patio, which was like beautifully lit with these nice lights and everything. And then
It was so fun.
we were sitting in like a big chair meant for both of us, and we were watching like
Did I fall asleep?
yeah, we were watching something like I don't know,
Something dumb.
something dumb. You fell asleep, and then I just sat there for like 2 hours with you, and I was just watching the show by myself. I was pretty happy there. I was like content.
Okay, one last question. Do you have any like advice for your future selves, like in your relationship,
Don't be stubborn.
or how do you guys want to grow in your relationship?
I have to be less stubborn because I'm always right.
Yes. Communication is something that I need to work on. I don't know. I feel as if I do my best, but I also have room for improvement.
Yeah,
For sure.
but I feel like we both know what we
But we
need to
both know we're
improve,
right all the
so.
times.
Also that. Yeah.
Well, thank you, Amelia and Ryan. This is awesome. Thank you.